Hey guys, my name is Ryan, and we're back again with another Spirit Island video. We're going to do a quick play game today. I found this is a really easy way for me to get myself into more scenarios and just more unusual situations, which I might not normally do when I set up the game myself. So we're going to go for 2 spirits, difficulty 8 to 10, and we'll play anything that comes up. England 3, Rituals of Destroying Flame. Oh man, talk about a scenario that I would never pick for myself. Oh my gosh. Because this is the type of scenario that is like extremely polarizing, where for some spirits, it is, kind of like an inconvenience. And other spirits, it literally makes the game completely unplayable. If I recall, this is one of those we want to be playing fire spirits for. So Vengeance is going to be playable, and Starlight, we can tech into it, but it's definitely been a minute. England 3 means that we're not going to have bonus HP, we're not going to have the bonus fear, and the extra build tile is only going to exist for stage 1. It is England 4 that keeps that build tile out for the whole game. So yeah, this is definitely the type of game I would never build for myself. If I were to build a game from scratch. Let's review the Rituals to Destroying Flame before we get into the scenario. Notably easier for spirits with tons of energy like Keeper. Harder for spirits that rely on damage and destruction to keep invaders in check. Wait a second, that's not what I remember. That's not good for Vengeance, though Vengeance could be Control Spirit. Alright. Whenever anything would damage or destroy invaders, ignore that damage or destruction unless either there is a flame marker within one range, or the spirit using the power or ability pays 2 energy. Okay, so this is whenever anything would damage or destroy invaders. So the thing that I would immediately think of is like Finder of Paths Unseen. But the key difference here is that Finder can do a ton of damage as long as they don't kill any invaders. So you can do certain things with Finder, like if you have a lot of damage cards, you could damage a bunch of buildings, leave everything at 1 HP, and then some other spirit comes in and, I don't know, like Shroud of Silent Mist uses that thing that says 1 damage to all invaders, right? Blow up everything, and Finder doesn't have to pay any cost. But here, damage is also going to do nothing unless there's a flame marker within 1. Whenever anything would damage or destroy invaders, that also tells me that Dahan and Defend might not be so effective. Okay, so I'm thinking immediately without looking at the rest of it, I'm thinking skips and majors, which we can do with both of these spirits. For non-spirit effects, events, Dahan counterattack, etc., any spirit may pay the 2 energy. May pay the energy. 2 energy covers a single Dahan counterattack, a single land affected by a event, or a single land affected by a fear card, right? Okay. Yeah, a lot of fear cards are going to remove things. Not until you get to like mostly stage 3, but a little bit of stage 2. Does damage happen? I guess there is one, like a 1 damage ping that exists in the stage 1 fear deck, but I guess anyways. Any invaders left in an illegal state because they were not destroyed are moved to the closest land. Invaders are simultaneously immune to any effects which would happen, damage or destruction. Okay, so Bringer doesn't work the same way. Ritual Destroying Flame. Each turn, after all growth is done, 1 or more spirits may perform the Ritual Destroying Flame. Each spirit performing the ritual forgets a power card that grants fire. Okay, this is why I recall fire being important. And chooses a land where they have presence. Add a flame marker and a blight to the land, which destroys presence. I wonder if this is considered a spirit action. I would imagine this is a spirit action, so we're not going to get the disease. Gain energy equal to the current invader stage. If there are invaders in that land, do fear equal to the current invader stage and 1 damage per Dahan present. Flame markers are permanent. They are not limited in quantity. So, if we don't want to pay the energy to do damage, we need to set up these flame markers. Okay. Interesting. So the blight will make it easier for us to do damage, and as soon as we add that flame marker, then we don't need to pay the additional costs. So I'm going to assume that we're not going to get disease whenever we do this. But when we do this, we gain energy. Okay, that's nice. And we get some fear. Damage per Dahan present seems like a really cool thing we might be able to take advantage of as well. Like what I'm seeing here is we can if you have like a typical like explore town 2 Dahan setup as a very normal thing that's going to happen in the early game, we can solve that land by simply performing the ritual. To do that, all we have to do is just basically just blight the land, which is very similar to if you some people will just leave an like explorer town 2 Dahan in the land and just gamble on it because there are tons of fear and event cards that will just solve the land for you without taking any actions. And this seems to be kind of in that same spirit, not requiring to play an action card from hand. For getting a power card that gains fire is a big deal. If we're looking to turbo our way through our tracks here on Vengeance and do a lot of G2s, that won't work out so great for us. Of course, Starlight will have no problem burning up some cards. Starlight's just a very, very good drafting spirit. But Vengeance, a little bit less so. Because of all the destroyed presence and Blight being added, this Fiery Vengeance seems like it's going to be a very good card to hold on to. Both spirits will be able to use it to maximum effect. So yeah, those are my thoughts going in before we play a single turn. It has been forever. I just remember not liking the scenario because I wound up getting with like Ocean's Hungry Grasp and stuff like that, which this scenario just feels a little unplayable with, if I recall. It's been a minute. Maybe these bad memories are forcing me to not do certain things. Okay. So, yep, this D3, A5 are going to be tricky lands to deal with. Like, normally here I would just open up with a Fiery Vengeance, pick off this guy, there's only one adjacent building, and life goes on. Which is still something we can do. It's just different. And instead I might just go for like a Plague Bearers into Fetid Breath. Oh, sorry. Fetid Breath, Plague Bearers. No, you can't do both Fetid Breath and Plague Bearers on turn 1. I was going to say Plague Bearers into Strike Low. I'm going to assume that we're not going to get a disease. If we do get a disease from sacrificing our presence, we could do the ritual right here in land number 5, and then play this Plague Bearers and immediately kick things over. I'm going to experiment with it, and then we're going to undo. Oh, but I can't. If I hit this gain a power card, then I won't be able to do this. Well, I guess I'm typically gonna be doing a gain a power card, Fetid Breath opener. And over here is a perfectly reasonable land for me to strike low anyways. Here there be monsters. It's not a bad play here. Yeah, Call to Guard loses a ton of value. Call to Guard would be sweet up here in D1. Where you do the ritual to kill off the town, and then Call to Guard to defend 3. Picks off the town. Now, another thing I'm thinking about is where to add these flame markers, right? Because if there's a flame marker within 1 range, then we don't need to pay the cost. So in theory, there's a if we hit a certain number of flame markers, then we're just good. So A5 seems like a pretty obvious one that comes with 6 adjacencies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So for these two, I would want to go into land A3, which is nice because as a 0 invader 2 Dahan land, whenever it explores, we can let the town build, and then we can do that combo I had talked about earlier. So if we do that, that picks up both of these lands and here. So now these 3 are covered off of A5, A3. That just leaves all of this, which means that D1, if we add a flame marker here, then all of D is set. So this tells me, this gives me a decent game plan, actually. Yeah, if I just go 1, 2, 3 flame markers, then after I get that setup done, I think we're just playing normal Spirit Island, right? We gain a little bit of energy, get a little bit of free fear, get a little bit of damage in A3 D1. And then after that, is there anything else? Or is it just normal Spirit Island from there? I think it's going to be normal Spirit Island. And so that might put us ever so slightly behind just to get that setup. But honestly, we could be done with that setup as early as turn 2. I think I'd like to be able to get this done immediately. Probably Starlight will have to get into this land. Vengeance will want to draft this Call to Guard in order to solve this land. Okay. So when Starlight does their opening draft, they're going to want to find any kind of defense here for land number 5, or like any like town push or something, in order to make it such that we don't have to Blight Cascade when we go for our flame marker here. Yeah, okay. Alright, it's not so bad. Alright, here we go. We'll add a presence. Card play, gaining a minor. Let's see. Blight removal. What's interesting is that this is blight removal for mountain sands, but we're going for wetlands. Wetlands, jungles is the 3 blight that we need. So that's not going to do anything. Razor Sharp Undergrowth. Let's see. If we kill it but we don't pay, ignore the damage or destruction. So we could use Razor Sharp Undergrowth here in A5, and the Defend 2 will solve the problem. Oh. We can... Can we Treacherous Waterways? Because if we fast push this, then we're good. But I think it just doesn't make sense to do it. Because we want to do our boon shape, and also we can't get into range unless if we use the boon 3, which I think that creates more problems for us. I think I'd probably still take the card or Purifying Flame simply by the fact that it's a fire card, so it's something for us to forget. Because we currently have no fire cards. Okay, and that looks like the button that we'll use for the ritual, but we do not need it this turn. Next turn we will. Okay. We got Sands, which is not jungle, so there's less pressure to get that one done right away. Fetid Breath, we can do a Plague Bearers to bring these 2 guys together. So we'll go here because we want the invaders to be in the Blighted Land. Let's see. Bring you in. We will go here. Oh, another thing we could do is we could just quicken. Well, no, because it's during the spirit phase that we have to do this, so we would lose our sacred site. I was going to say we could quicken the land, and then we do the ritual, and then sacrifice one of our presents. But that will not work. Lots of good fire cards here, though. And so with these fire cards, we can be the ones to set up multiple of these. Like we could make, I guess we could do like the A3 and the D1. But I think Quicken is probably still the pick, just to pick up land number 7. Right, so if we move, add a presence, okay, sacrifice 1, move, add a presence, Quicken. And then, do we want Sky Stretches? Gosh, look at all these fire animal, fire animal, fire animal, fire animal. All the cards that Vengeance would normally want. That tells me that it's that much less fun for Vengeance to go for minors. Because we got 1, 2, 3 2-element cards left. I don't know how many there are in the whole deck. 4? I don't know if they're... I would assume that the designers are smart and they have like all the pairings like really evenly balanced amongst each other. But yeah, missing out on 4 of them right away is a pretty wild thing to be faced with. If we're going this direction though, I mean honestly, fire, animal, earth are all really strong here. Like, you can animal moving your Dahan around, counterattacking everything, especially. It's really easy for us to, like as Starlight, right? We can move a presence, add a presence, make a sacred site. Defend, move the Dahan. Move a presence, add a presence, do sacred site. Like, it's really easy for us to use Quicken. And so to that end, something like Inflame the Fires of Life, if we're going for the triple animal, makes it really easy to disease Strife. And that is very good against England. Like, the pair of them together is strong against England. So let's just lean in. Let's make Starlight into the fire animal spirit and Vengeance into the other guy. Ooh. With Call to Isolation, if we were to Call to ISO to push out land number 7, we could push land number 7 into land number 1. And then we can bring this in to defend 4. Then, no, but Ritual has to happen first. Ritual kills town, and then this defense for 4. So we could go, like, explore town, and push this explorer, like, anywhere else. And then immediately pocket out D8. So with that all being said, that would mean that we are playing a Call to Isolation. Maybe we piece the 5. Yeah, we could piece the 5. Vengeance takes care of this little problem. Maybe we forget this Purifying Flame. Okay. So we need to move here, and I need to move here and add a presence. So I go move presence, gain and move, add a presence. Playing Purifying Flame, and... Or, sorry, forgetting Purifying Flame, playing Peace, and, Oh, but then... The problem is that I need a Sacred Site to do Peace. So my growth for the turn will be here, because we do our, Flame... after all growth is done during the spirit phase. So if Starlight does it, then there's no presence here with which to call to ISO. Vengeance wants to play Call to Guard and Strike Load this turn. Oh, sorry, Call to Guard and Plague Bear is the turn. Right, so Plague Bear is targeting here, coming down. As a thought, if I went here instead of here, that abandons these lands. And then, right, that abandons these. If I go here, that would pick up these. So really it would be these mountains would have no flame token within one range. I don't know if that's worth it or not. I'm inclined to say that it's not a good idea to do that. I mean, all things being considered, Fiery Vengeance doesn't do that much, right? Because we're going to trigger this thing 3 times, so that we'll get a little bit of Fiery Vengeance value, but not an absurd amount. Um, hmm. I guess I could just draft again here, and that'll help me determine what Starlight's going to do. Okay, yeah, Visions of Fiery Doom. Sick. Hey, it's the thing. We're playing it's the card with the face and the thing. So we take Visions, and we just fast push this guy out, and then we can play normal from there. Alright. Easy money. So that means that we're going to play Visions and Call to Guard this turn. And then we could forget the Visions. Can we forget from discard? Yeah, probably. It's normal forget rules. So then we could forget the Visions from discard in order for us to add the Flame marker here. And we can play this Fiery Vengeance to just naturally kill this guy. So we're not going to be 100% perfectly efficient, but I think that's the point of the scenario, is to make us jump through hoops before we can do cool things. Okay. So we'll come here, come here. We're going to go through Call to Guard and Visions of Fiery Doom. Starlight is going to move a presence, is going to slide a presence up this way. We're probably going to wind... maybe we'll wind up playing this Boon of Reimagining again, just because we're going to have to forget a few cards, so it'll help just get more cards back into our systems. Seer Anger being a very cool one. Although I think I want to go for this Carapace land, because we've got this really nice Dahan and Defend structure going, where we get the Earth for the Defend, right? Like Earth here defends, plus the animal moves the Dahan, blah, blah, blah. I think this synergizes with what we've already been drafting. Okay, you come here. Energy, adding presence. I get the sense we might need to reclaim a little bit earlier because we're going to run out of cards in hand a little bit faster. So I'm going to set myself up for the reclaim cards, which I might normally delay a turn or two. Let's go here. Forgetting the Purifying Flame. Going here. 1, 2, 3. Oh! In order to call to ISO, we're going to need to Sacred Sight here. So let's do this. Call to ISO. We'll Purifying Flame here. 1, 2, 3. And then Sacred Sight stuff is not needed. Honestly, we just don't play another card. Go 1 and 2. You can go here. I was considering going up this way, but let's just keep things simple for now. And then we'll defend 4. Oh, that's... Oh, gosh, it's stage 1. I thought it was stage 2 with the +1 damage. That would suck. But no, we got no Sacred Sights on the board, so that top part does nothing. Free Jungles. Thank you. Let's go extra disease here. That'll be very nice. We get 2 disease plus a blight. That will make for a really nice kill zone. Over here, that's going to clear. We're going to probably be able to preserve that pocket for a good long time. Let's go here. Oh, we even get that blight removed? Happy days. If I denied that build, that would have denied that explore. It's a fun thing to think about. Maybe I should have consumed that, and then that would have put us in a really happy position. But at this point, it's too late. Can't undo it. Okay. Might just be a good turn for us to set up this reclaim cards, pick up an animal element, go for Quicken plus Inflame the Fires of Life, making a Sacred Site right here. That'll just set me up decently, right? Because I can defend, and then I can kick these Tahan over, hit my, like slide presence over, add a presence, reclaim, quicken again, or like Carapace Land or something. So we can start that chain right down this way. And then this land over here, we're gonna solve with an inflame the fire. We're gonna solve with a flame marker. So if we're gonna defend this land, then we're gonna want to do a flame marker here, so we can Fiery Vengeance you, defend and kill you. This one is not going to be viable this turn, so maybe we'll do like a Strike Low here. We'll take no Blight for the turn. Anything with fire is takeable here, because no matter what we take, we're probably just going to forget it. So, it's all going to wind up in the same place. It's a shame, because some of these cards are pretty slick. But I think it is necessary. I don't know, if we wanted to be greedy, no. Because we don't have the Dahan counterattack, Dahan counterattack. Yeah, let's just do it right now. It sucks to lose Spur, but whatever. We're going to make the scenario happen. We do get to find out if we're going to get a free disease here. We want to go 1. We want to go 2. Then over here, we're going to go 3 range. Adding a presence here. Picking up reclaim cards and an animal element. And then we're going to gain... Let's gain another minor. None of these cards are particularly spicy. It's probably just going to turn into forget fodder. I'll take this Pull Beneath. Let's see. Honestly, I just want to stay here and try and pick up some value from just having all these Tahan on my lands. Oh, and I need to do this. Forgetting. Oh yeah, I forgot we're going to forget Visions. So the choice was what? Spur, this Fast Strife, and yeah, Spur is definitely going to stay. It's always such a pain in the ass to try and get that third card play on Starlight. They had like 2 presents here for this, or you have to go 3 presents here for this. So Spur is just one of those cards that Starlight loves for someone to give it, because now I can just like lean into majors and I can go top track for the energy, and then I can worry about Spur for that extra card play and that extra elements. Okay, yeah, no disease. That's what I assumed. Two destroyed presence and 1 destroyed presence. Okay, terror level 1. We're gonna get a town from here, which honestly we'll probably just add into land number 8 since we've already got it solved. We'll go here. Probably still reclaim all anyways. Let's see. We're building in the jungle, so it's looking at this up here, so we can allow that. Up here, we can allow that. And because we got the back-to-back on the jungle, or the wetlands, yeah, we'll go here and allow that build. And these wetlands are looking really big. Maybe I don't want to have two huge wetlands. Yeah, so anyways, these two lands and these two lands are my big ones. With board A just being set up a lot nicer, this has the double disease and the blight. So that way, once we, we'll just be more effective at getting damage here. And then here, obviously, we're about to quicken and do a lot of work. Actually, because of this inflame, I'll inflame combo here, get the extra disease down. So yeah, we'll build here. Okay. Push, going 1, 2. Gather a Dahan, very nice. Damage, and here becomes a town kill. Oh, yeah. For shame. So Starlight, we want to slide a presence, add a presence, and then reclaim all. So that's gonna be my 3 growths. And yeah, I think we're definitely primed to go for a major. I think this pull beneath the Hungry Earth is just not in the system that we're going for. Unearth a Beast of Wrathful Stone is in our elements, right? If we're already going into like an animal earth type of system. I believe the moon is just a 2. Yeah, only 2 here and 3 and 3, and these are the 2 elements that we're already leaning into. So we can genuinely go for an unearth play here. Always makes me happy to say out loud. And I think this card's actually like very good when you draft it this early in the game, no matter what, especially when we're going to be getting rid of this pretty soon. Like if this top card here just isn't jungles, then we could probably just clean up D2 with this card. Okay. Let's see. I don't think I need to work my way towards any of this stuff right now. We can... Our Sacred Site's going to be a terrible place for Unearth a Beast. If I go for Quicken... Let's see. Call to Isolation isn't going to hit anything relevant. All right, we're not in range here. I feel like this 2 energy is like the safe choice, but I'm hoping I can do something better. Honestly, I might just go Quicken Boon of Reimagining. That might be a great turn to play that card, just because I don't need to do anything else. And maybe I just pick up an Earth to work myself towards this Unearth the Beast of Wrathful Stone. Yeah, I think I'm actually fine with this. I said that the energy is a cop-out, but I was thinking I probably want to get more into majors and push that top track and make use of this spur. And so that's the reason I'm going to go ahead and do that. As far as Vengeance goes, I want to get a presence here, and I want to do the Flame combo here. So if I were to forget a card, it would probably wind up being Fiery Vengeance. Strike Low is like way too good. I think both of these cards are perfectly good to play this turn, right? And I can combo here. This Plague Bearers will probably wind up being used in order to One of my disease will need to be consumed here in order to not lose. Plague Bearers are going to have to do a little bit of work. Yeah, and then we'll have to skip it with the Strike Low. So Fiery Vengeance is going to have to go hasta la bye-bye. And we'll receive the Boon of Reimagining, dumping this Call to Guard and turning it into more stuff. And we do gain energy. We're going to gain 2 energy for this. So I think we're just going to push ourselves up to 3 card plays. Going here, 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 here. And I'm going to spur into what? Call to ISO? Like, I don't really have a card to play. Spur into Inflame is probably the direction I'm going to go with. Inflame on the 5. One of the benefits of Inflame is that it has an animal on it. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we don't take Blight here. Don't take Blight here. These 2 are going to be blighting anyways. We have 1 air in play, so 7 to go, but we have tons of energy. And this will get us up to Terror level 2, which is a dramatic increase in the value of our fear cards. So yeah, it's 100% worth it. We'll pay 4 over here. Over here, we'll pay 3. And let's see, Wilds here makes a lot of sense. Our goal is to set up a nice little pocket, so we'll Wilds there. Ooh, ISO Defend 2, right? If this was a Terror level 1 card, it would be ISO without the Defend 2, and that's worth a whole Blight. If I ISO here, it'll pocket out the 8 and the 7 without having to consume the Wilds. Otherwise, here I'd have to like target a specific land, but this like is double value. This is single value. Ooh, ISO and killed. Ooh, very nice. Yeah, if we're able to maintain a pocket, we want to bring that Dahan into the system. Or like bring the Dahan like into the game. This will flip the Blight card, so let's make sure that we execute the 2 last. Oh wait, oh no, the +1 damage from buildings. Okay. So I guess that didn't do anything at all. It pockets, whatever. All right, let's get funky with it. We're gonna allow this first build because this could be coastal, and then I would not be required to dump a disease. Okay, we do get ISO value. We can let this one go, but this one we have to consume. We'll get full value here, using the disease to stop that. Though I do wonder if maybe it's better to strike this town, kill off the explorers, and then we'll Plague Bearers all this into the 4, leaving behind the disease so that we can strike low. Although we strike low here, probably. We can go here, defend with Quicken. Yeah, and then if we quicken here, we can then unearth a Beast of Wrathful Stone here after kicking in a couple invaders. Be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So be pretty close to full value. Though there's no Dahan adjacent. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, that one's going to get skipped. Let's do this. Okay. Flag bearers, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, add a presence. So we could go like a range 3, add a presence. Oh, and now that we're terror level 2, we can't even use this. That was probably a mistake to not find an opportunity earlier. Maybe, probably. Gather 3 explorers, we can actually get value here. That's so funny. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? Not the pile of double element cards like like Starlight was offered. We have so now we're just playing normal Spirit Island. Right now, after having jumped through all those hoops, now we're playing normal Spirit Island with the tiny Blight card, the extra energy, extra card play. It's really going to open things up. So we're going to be on 4 card plays on Vengeance. Right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. We're going to reclaim up to 7. With tons of energy, probably going to go here to like gain a major. So we'll play 4 cards. We'll be at 3 in the hand. And then we'll G3 to get ourselves like the 8th card, probably do it a major to make use of our bonus energy. So we'll play 4 cards 2 turns in a row, reclaim. That'll put me up to 8 cards. And then I can double grow top. Or we could gain a major. And okay. So the point is that these cards are going to be played a bunch. I am looking at the isolate of various forms in order to pocket out land number 5. Similarly, we could do something here. Now, what makes it not good is that it requires a sacred site. We have to use it immediately, and we have no sacred sites, and we're going to reclaim. So that might not work. Drift down is not playable for the next 2 turns. So that doesn't make any sense. Call of Ferocity is quite playable, though, and it can be quite useful because we've already got a Dahan Defend Spirit rocking. That's not terrain restricted, so Call of Ferocity can assist in setting things up. Allows us to, we could use this for damage, and then this could be our gather, so I think Call of Ferocity is going to be a take. And then we want a non-sacred site card. These are not playable in the near future. Okay. Last we got this. We could kill town, but I think pushing Dahan has got to be better somehow. Getting this into the game is surely got to be worth something. Two range. Okay. We're not in 2 range of that. Oh, this spur is awkward, right? We only have a few cards. So we're not going to need this spur, and that's going to be getting played in a few turns. So yeah, we need to draft a ton with Starlight as well. Boon of Reimagining, self-target, get rid of this piece of the nighttime sky is definitely in the horizon. I think kill town is our least useful of all the things. It would be far better to just push towns into the 5, because then it gives me Dahan access to the rest of the board. If I don't find anything better. do have 2 cards in hand, but I need to skip, so we need to reclaim. And we go minor here, major next turn. Reach and Grasp could honestly... I feel like I'm spending a lot of actions flying my presence around the board, trying to do things. Like, because I got these range 0s that are really chapping my ass. And so Reach and Grasp could be a good solution to that problem. Very atypical solution, but it would get us there. Because if I took Reach and Grasp, then Starlight could just, like, slide presence here, make a Sacred Site, and then defend this. That is like, normally I don't take Reach and Grasp, especially with a mobile spirit like Starlight, but having lost a presence and just being on literally, like, coast to coast with Sacred Sites back and forth, it has been a bit of a tricky opener. I 100% want to play this card. We'll target the 4, because that's the only terrain that it's going to trigger on immediately. Notably, that after this jungle builds, this extra build slot will go away, and so wetlands will not build again next turn. So we could unearth here, and then just, like start removing diseases in order to prevent us from losing because of escalation. If we don't want to be forced to play this too many times. It really is my only way of dealing damage right now. Alright. I do want to play this Boon of Reimagining ASAP. Quicken to go here. So if we went Quicken, Unearth, Boon of Reimagining as my 3 cards, and I picked up an Earth element off of, like, here, that would Threshold. And that's a really big deal. That would make me want to use it on the 4 as opposed to the 3. Especially if Coastal comes up, that would be really awkward here. Right, because we can come in, immediately kill a town, and that'll give us some breathing room. I think that's definitely worth it. Now, if we do that, we could, like, gain a card, slide here, get +2 range. Let's see, mountains are solved here. This we can pick up, like, with anything, right? If we just hit our right innate, we can just solve this. So it's really these 2 mountains that are my potential issues. We can, like, gather Dahan with Starlight, or, like, we could push, like, 2 here, 1 here, and then we can have Vengeance play Call to Ferocity. I wonder if Blight removal is in the cards. Blight, Blight, Blight. All removal with Teeming Rivers. Blight removal here. 4 uses. As cool as it is to make it Badlands, it's cool to not lose. I could also go for a Roiling Bog just because it's a simple defend 2. But I will be picking up defend through my Earth Innate. No, actually, sorry, no. We move from the Sacred Site. We don't need a Sacred Site in the corner. Going here, picking up Earth, going for this, this, and this. Okay. Very exciting. Over here... Gosh, so much energy. We need to strike low, skip. And then we want to hit our innate, so all we need is a single fire element. We already talked about doing a Call to Ferocity here. And we need to play this Reaching Grasp in order to make this work. I don't think there's any reason to spur this turn. Let's play a Fetid Breath to set up Plague Bearers. Though, notably, we could just Fetid Breath plus Plague Bearers next turn. Is there a good ISO to be had? We could ISO this out as just a means of solving it. And that just frees up our innate to do, like, anything else. ISOing this, and then that's got a wilds, but that's coastal. That'll always explore. That'll still be pocketed. It just denies a build is what it does. Which I think is fine. Vengeance doesn't really have a game plan right now. I think it's Reaching Grasp. Maybe just because of the way that it is, it's probably going to get turned into a major. Nine, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's not even sufficient to defend. So I guess we just do that. And then we'll go here. It only takes 1 damage to add a Blight. Well, Strifed, skipped, and fully defended. That's good. Ooh, this is great for me because now we can kill a town here, and then I'm not forced to remove the disease. I can take the fear, and we can really play this greedy. And then over here, if we kill this town, we could choose to consume the disease and basically knock this out for a little bit. Ooh, getting back some stuff is great. One damage per strife. Okay. It's not going to do it there. That's not going to make a difference. This is isolated. I want to do damage here. I've got 2 damage coming in, so we could ping a city right now and then just kill the city. Then maybe we just strife you just for value. We'll allow that. I want the fear. And we did get Coast. Okay, which keeps this land active, but Jerry's going to come in and pick off that city. Okay. Great. Yeah, we can kill you. We can activate this and move it. There's actually no adjacent mountain. You come here to pick off coast, but that's not going to be sufficient. Maybe we'll come over here. Maybe we'll just have this guy work his way around the backside. Because it's just going to do 2 damage a turn, right? So we can go kill town, slide over, kill town, slide over, kill town. That's not going to be built up. I don't know. We'll see where it goes. But it's really, the really nice thing is that we can play like really big, large powers, and this can pick up lots of small, little annoying problems that you feel bad wasting a whole power on. Okay. I do like the isolate as just like that. Isolate combined with the unearth, just various ways of shrinking the game down is very appealing to me. And sap is naturally something I'm interested in, though at this point, I have my innate online, I have my quick and the earth struggle going. We have a carapace land. We might have too much. genuinely considering this call to migrate just to help me get to Han into the places where I need it. I think it's a unloved card. So we got to make it more loved. We'll go 1, 2, 3. Here, going fear push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 0, 0, 0. So yeah, Quicken can just go right here. Or we can Carapace land it. It already has a beast, so we're already in range. Don't even have to do anything because we have the free animal. So that's pretty good. Maybe we push the Explorer up to the 5, though. So that way it's a clean 6 damage in the land. And then 3 Explorers. Yeah, if we ISO this... Go 1, I don't know, 2, 3. If we ISO this somehow, which we do have some effects by which to do it, then we deny land number 1 from being involved. Okay, for vengeance, yeah, let's get rid of this Reach and Grasp. Bloodrack Plague, hey, that's us. We don't have any Earth, though Strike Low does give us an Earth, and Trap gives us an Earth, so we will be able to threshold this eventually. Tsunami is a very interesting pick, though, because we have our 2 waters. We don't have the animal once again. But all of our problems are coastal, right? Like, these 2 lands are big, this land's big, and that's all coastal lands. So, it's a natural to compare it against Rumbling Earthquakes. Huh, every single one of these requires Earth, the threshold. That's funny. All 3 of these, I think, are quite viable. But as a matter of what we're going to play right now, Rumbling Earthquakes kills 4 cities. Right, we kill 2 cities here. We can let this build and kill 2 cities here. Seems about as good as it's going to get. Or we could target this land. We'll make a Sacred Site here and we can make a decision which wetlands we want to target. Do all this. Okay. Yeah, that'll give us a little flexibility, right? Kill 2 cities here, here. Or, depending on how much HP is left in the land here, it'll be like 5. Alright, let's say we go kill... Because it won't be a mountains explore. So, and it won't be a mountains build. It'll escalate here. So we're looking at... we'll kill off City Explorer. Town City. 7. Yeah, no, that's not going to work. I was really hoping that if we targeted this land, we do a bunch of damage here, such that this land does not need to be defended. We still could get a little extra value from a fear card. Literally 1 damage worth of value from a fear card will make it more efficient on board A. But we're going to get full value either way. I'm happy to switch out Fiery Vengeance for the Spur if we have something cool to do on this side, though. What isolates do we have? We got this isolate, Sucking Ooze, which just isolates this land. Could be worth it. We don't need to reclaim, so we got Carapace land. So I think it behooves us to go for a major right now. We have Earth, Animals are free elements so far, which doesn't do too much to help us. Probably just going to forget Shape. Though, one of the funny things with the card is you're always like, when are you ever going to hit the threshold? And you will if you randomly get given the card back by an event later on in the game. I'm looking at Bombard because we already have the Earth. So we just need plant, plant, air. Carapace Land being one of those plants. So then we just need a plant air card, which we don't have to threshold it. Entwined Power is also pretty interesting because it would allow us, if we hit the threshold, to just trade powers. But I mean, at the same time, just drafting cards is good too. I don't hate just drafting a lot. Minors, majors, don't matter. We get extra card play, so we just need to just dump cards into play. Though forgetting Call to Ferocity wouldn't be the worst to forget it for a major. And yeah, we don't need the shape. This is like shape, but better. Okay, more growth options. We can do... Yeah, we don't have a big splashy major to play this turn then. Go like here, here. Honestly, we could just go to threshold it by playing like Teeming Rivers and Inflame the Fires of Life. That will threshold this Entwined Power so both spirits can just gift each other cards. So we can give something like this Inflame. Maybe we'll play a different card so we can give Inflame over to Vengeance. Yeah, I have to gift from hand, so I have to gift the Spur over. But also you gain a card before you gift, so we could just do some cute stuff. Anyways, probably not worth it because I do want a Sucking Ooze right here. Okay, we'll go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're going to be gaining power card off of this. It's going to be a good time. Yeah, target here so we can kick Dahan over and gain a power card ourselves. Maybe spur into Sucking Ooze. Keep this isolated. But if it builds a town, then I just kill town, but then it doesn't slide Dahan. Spur, Sucking Ooze, ISO-U. That gives me a defend 5 against the mountains. So we can go here, we can go here. This is not thresholded, that's totally fine. Hey, 2 elements. Hey, forget fodder. Let's see, what do we got? 1 damage per disease. So it makes the most sense to use it in here because it has 2 disease. Especially if we're going to Rumbling Earthquake here. Then we'll just pick up this city. Okay. By kicking an explorer out, or a town out, that means that now I think this will work for Rumbling Earthquakes on this board. Because if we kill... Let's say we kill like town, right? So then it builds a town. Or sorry, we kill Explorer City. So then it's going to be Explore town, city. 6 damage would leave behind too much. We push town out, kill off Explore City, or explore town. The Explorer City produces more fear. Then it will be Explore Town City, and then 5 damage will get the job done. That 1 damage can then come up here, use the Badlands, kill this town. So let's gonna push this town out. Defend 2. I could come up here because we get the free defend 2. So that works. Free 2 Dahan movement. Then we definitely go here. So then with the extra 3 that we're going to move later, we'll get all 5 of them in. We could go just here. Okay, and now we can allow everything to build. Oh, that's fine. Yep. That's fine. Wilds gets value, hopefully. Alright, so this Unearth the Beast is going to come over here, and that's going to produce tons of value. Next turn, it'll just slide right back, kill you, right, and we're just going to get very action efficient. Rumbling Earthquakes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Very efficient. Love to see it. We can remove a Blight. Because there's 2 here, we can't remove, even if we were in range, which actually we are. Yeah, we can do... let's see, 4 damage or 3 damage? Yeah, let's use the damage first. Maybe we do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can remove this Blight. And then we can... Let's see, what do we got? We got more Blight removal coming from Sacred Site. So we're definitely going to want to use this in a Sands or a Jungle. Because I want to use this for the upcoming build. What do we got? Go here. Gain a power card. Like a major because, you know, delusions. You gotta be delusional. Looking at Vigor of the Breaking Dawn. Let's see. 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll leave 4 HP left in the land. So Vigor is good, but it doesn't even get us there. Vigor plus Call to Isolation. And then I can, next turn, just pick up a Sun right here. So we can Threshold it. Seems pretty clean to me. Though Sleep and Never Waken is an interesting choice. Just because it's a clean skip, but I like playing proactively when given the opportunity. And yeah, that slots in really nicely with the animal elements that I've already pulled. So next turn, Vigor. So yeah, we're going to use Call to Isolation to kick out 2 Explorers. Vigor kills all this. Slides on over. Actually, maybe we slide over this way. Maybe I use as Plague Bearers to get rid of these 2 towns. Vigor comes in and empties the land. Skip this. Defend 5. Any number of effects can pick up this. But yeah, we got Defend 5, and we can use our Carapace Land or something like that. in order to make that happen. One, two. Oh, and I guess you, whatever. That's fine. Really doesn't matter. We'll go here. We'll go here. Fetid breath here with the intention of us hitting a really big epidemics run rampant. Because, let's see, if we go 8, 9 damage, that's going to kill off 2 cities, town, and an explorer. Leaving behind town, explorer. Then we push both disease into the 4. So we can use our damage there. One, two, three. Yeah, because now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that just kills town, explorer, and that's a lot better. Right, that's going to get skipped anyways. We can go here just to get a fear off that. No. We're going to do... Oh, it has to have invaders? Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, that's fine. Makes sense, right? Because they want you to... You don't want you just, like, adding disease and then removing the disease in order to prevent things from happening. They want you to actually, like, play into what the spirit does. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Playing 4 cards and then 5 cards. We'll go minor. Because this Rumbling Earthquake is pretty pricey. Steam Vents. I do have a decent amount of Earth cards, right? We're going to play Strike Low this turn. I don't think it's the winner. Pact of the Joint Hunt isn't horrible, considering the whole package that Starlight has. Nature's Connection is obviously always amazing with Starlight, because you can just get these random things. You know, you get like a random one-off element. I mean, with Nature's Connection, right, we don't even need to take a sun. If we go Vigor plus Call to Isolation, I can just give 2 suns over. That'll hit the threshold, but it'll also hit this, which just breaks the game open. So I'm very open to that NC. So we can float out some cards that are going to look a little bit like this. Maybe this. We want water, animal, fire, which leads us straight to Plague Bearers. It's a pretty sensible looking turn. Call to Bloodshed could turn into something better. Let's see, if we go Vigor, Call to ISO, we do get a 3rd card play. Okay, solve this, solve this. Because both of these are not solved. Probably wind up defending the 3 because of the Dahan. We can let A2 Blight. That's probably not an issue. We got Blight removal for this. So we'll go... Here. Ooh, Thickets Erupt. That's a pretty slick card. I'm going to consider this Accelerated Rot because these big lands, but I think we already have a big hammer. Thickets Erupt is a pretty interesting one to me. Especially now that we got this Get to Nature's Connection, the triple plant's not a big deal to hit. Yeah. We'll go here, here, here. I think actually I go here taking plant to work on that Thickets Erupt. So we can go 1, 2, 3 cards. And then we just hit everything. Oh, actually, no, but I don't have to play Plague Bear, so I do get an element off of this NC. Because Plague Bears is a little just awkward and just doesn't quite get us what we want this turn. So any 2-element card will take us to the Promised Land. Fire, animal, water, that is. So this is my only animal, water. This is my only other source of water. Fire, animal. Okay, I guess it's just these 2 cards. Maybe instead of Call to Bloodshed, we just go 1, 2. And then I just take a fire off of this NC, and that'll give me my right innate. Okay. Yeah, because playing Plague Bearers and Fetid Breath together just is sensible. Lets you just pick up anything, anywhere, however you want to do it. Defend 10, go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, kill you. Here, pushing. Honestly, I can just push him into here, and then we can bring in more Dahan later, and then we can just Vigor it again next turn. Okay. Damage. Yeah, we don't have any slow damage. That's going to hit there. Ooh. Or remove a city from certain conditions. That's going to die. Unfortunately, we can't remove you. It could be worth removing the Explorer and then just consume the disease, but we're going to have Jerry come in and kill that. So we could remove the Explorer, and then even if it explores, Jerry comes in and kills it, and we get the fear off of the disease. This one's definitely worthwhile to deny the 7. Let's see. Remove or downgrade. This one's safe, right? We got no builds coming in here. One, two, three, 4 gets me another fear card. One that just gets me a straight up fear victory. Alright, yeah, nope, that'll do it. Ritual of the Purifying Flame, was that what it's called, or is that the name of the card? It is quite the scenario. It forces you to jump through a bit of hoops at the start of the game. Rituals of the Destroying Flame is what it's called. Yeah, definitely has to do a lot of setup to make it work out initially. Yeah, we had to have some discipline. There was that one point in the game where I was considering adding the flame here, but then that would force an extra flame to be added on later, which is just like another layer of tediousness that would have been preferred to have been avoided. So these 2 boards worked out pretty good. Only 3 of them required to cover everything. Right, that was pretty nice. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you all have a glorious day.